morning, and I see two deer here, and they look like they're looking at me like, what are you looking at? And I'm looking the same. Why is he like just posing for the camera? Look, he's scared to go by anyway. Looking, there's a little baby one down there too. And they're both like, they look like statues. Okay, where are you going? Do deers attack people? I watch too much TV. He's just looking. Here. Sorry for all the movement. He's still there looking. Alright. So I have these two pieces of jewelry here, and the clasp on it is too small, and I'm not able to put them on by myself, which means I'm not able to really wear these often unless I have someone available to help me. So I'm getting them replaced, the clasp on them. So this one's been done. It's really big, but it's more functional for me, and now I'll be able to wear it. Good morning. So this is Sandy, and I'm back here today just to give some updates. So I think it was about a month ago I made a video and I announced that I had lost my job. And since that time, a number of things have transpired. So I am now officially unemployed. So I've had my last day of work. I've actually been off for about a month now, so I've had time to really go through some time and get acclimated to this new lifestyle. So there's some things that I've really learned about myself, which has really been eye-opening for me. The first thing that I've learned about myself is that I'm not a morning person. And that was a big shock to me, because for the last, 20 plus years, every morning at 5:30 a.m. I would get up, get my coffee, take the dog out or whatever, and just my day would get started at like 5:30 a.m. And I would just continue through my day, go to work and blah, 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 blah. And consequently, because my day would start so early, when I would get home from work, my day would end early. So I was always teased by my family because by 7, 8 o'clock I was going to bed because I was tired and I had to get up early in the morning. But anyway, long story short, the number one thing that I've learned is that I'm not a morning person. So now that I don't have to get up in the morning, I find myself waking up about anywhere between 7:30 and 9:30 on average. So, and it's hard. I mean, if I have to get up for something before and be somewhere like at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, it's like, no. So I find that I'm making doctor's appointments 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock or whatever. That works better for me. So that was nice to be able to have the leisure time and be able to enjoy it. And I'm staying up later at night too. So that's also nice because I can get caught up on TV shows, things like that. So that's been good. Another thing that I've learned about myself is that I was a procrastinator on a lot of things. So there were things within my house and just stuff that I have that needed to be done that I had not done, like, you know, purging cabinets and, you know, just stuff. Just from working, I didn't have time to come home, or didn't have the energy to come home and do these types of things. So I'm doing that, getting rid of things that I'm not using, really taking a critical eye of some of the things that I have that are just sitting there that I'm not using, but I don't want to get rid of. So one thing that I had was a couple of necklaces that I've had for a very long time, but these necklaces have the small clasp on them, so I couldn't put them on by myself, you know. So I found myself not using them as often as I would have had they had, you know, bigger clasp on it. Simple fix. I mean, I went to the jeweler. I think I inserted a clip on that too, me just going in and getting that done, but just something that I have procrastinated on or hadn't even thought about really. But anyway, long story short, those types of things I'm taking care of. If I'm not going to use it, I'm getting rid of it. If it's something that I can use, but it needs a minor tweak or whatever, it needs a button. I am horrible with sewing buttons on things or whatever. So for me, if the button pops off of it, that's probably the end of that outfit, which is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So long story short, now I find that I have, you know, time to kind of do these types of things that I just didn't have before. And so the question comes up, you know, obviously this was not like a planned event, so to speak. I've been really doing a lot of reflecting on, you know, do I want to enter the workforce again? I probably need to, but do I want to enter the workforce again? If I don't, you know, how will, you know, I'll be able to live and you know, support everything. So that is, you know, the big question. So I'm taking advantage of the financial planners that, you know, the company offers as part of outplacement. You get that, those services. So I am taking advantage of that type of thing to try to figure all of that stuff out. So I'm just totally getting off track. It's just a random talk video today. So another thing that I've learned about, or not necessarily learned about myself, but maybe something that I wish in hindsight that I had done, and that is spent more time with the financial planners, you know, before now, like even like a year ago or 2 years ago, just to be better prepared. So as strange as it sounds, you know, I'm in my 50s, and, you know, retirement certainly was on my radar. It wasn't anything that I was actively, you know, talking to somebody about for planning. So I was saving, I had increased my savings and things like that, you know, in preparation. So I was kind of passively preparing myself for retirement, but not, you know, actively doing so. Anyway, long story short, I wish that I had started doing that a little bit earlier, because, you know, it could always be better, right? So I'm, you know, not in a bad situation, a bad place, but, you know, everything could always be better. So that's something that I've learned. I love to shop. I've mentioned that before. And I don't discriminate with shopping. I like luxury shopping. I like thrifting. I love thrifting. I love couponing. I'm just a shopper. Just whatever kind of shopping there is, I like to do it. So that's like the biggest adjustment that I will have to make, because you know, if you don't have a paycheck coming in and you are really truly living on a fixed income, that's like a total mindset change, you know, to live on a fixed income. And even though when you're working, that is a fixed income, because your check is what it is, but you know, you just have a little bit more disposable income when you're working, and that's something that's different now. So I have you know, made adjustments and everything so that I'm able to kind of change my lifestyle or whatever, and I'll still be able to do a little shopping. If I could do any shopping, I would just be very miserable. That's just my favorite pastime. I can do a little shopping, but I can't just shop the way that I was, which is fine, and that was going to change anyway had I retired, you know, next year or 5 years from now, at whatever point that, you know, unless you're independently wealthy, you have to change your lifestyle. So that's something in hindsight, I guess, that I wish I had kind of tapered myself as opposed to, like, you know, having to change so rapidly like this. It would have been nice to do that. So anyway, and anyhow, those are my updates. I've shared a few clips in this video of just things that I do during the day, how I'm spending my time. But my biggest thing that I'm enjoying now is the gift of time. And, you know, really thinking about the leisure time that I have been blessed with. And, you know, life just kind of slowed down. Know, and I think I mentioned this in my job loss video. My life was going at such a pace that I was just missing so many things in life, and so now I'm slowing down and I'm noticing things. And you know, I'll go outside for a walk. I love to walk outside and enjoy nature and things like that, but now I'll pass a bench and I'll just sit there and I'll just sit and watch nature, because I'm not in a hurry to get somewhere. So that is a beautiful gift to be able to do that, and I recognize that, and I'm thankful for the opportunity. And so when I start to think about, you know, man, I wish I could buy this, or I wish I could buy that, it's like, okay, do you want to have disposable income, the gift of disposable income, or the gift of this time that you have? And when I really put things into perspective, I like to have this time to, you know, just enjoy, spend time with my family. I just came back from Chicago and Detroit, where I spent time there, very leisure time, you know, just enjoying life. So far, the retirement, semi-retirement, fun employment life, or whatever, has really been good for me. You know, I don't have any regrets. You know, I feel like, you know, I've been given lemons and I am making lemonade out of it, and it's good. It's really good. So that's kind of my update. I am going to be getting a new home. As I mentioned, I have problems with my knee. And get this, so I've been getting cortisone shots. I've had gel put in my knee. I've had all kinds of things done, and they've not been successful. Well, about 3 weeks ago, I got a cortisone shot in my knee, which I've been doing all along. And you know, it might work for a week, it might work for 2 weeks, you know, whatever. This thing, I have had like zero pain in my knee since I've had this shot. Thank God. You know, which is just so bizarre, because I've had this pain pretty consistently for the last year or two. So for now, the knee is not hurting, but I am still going to go forward with the plans of selling my home and buying a home where I will have a first floor master. So that's still something that I'm planning to do, and I will be making a final decision on that within the next week or two. So it's a big decision to make, but I think it's the best one for me, given the fact that I was already having problems with my knee and with my age. Where it is, it's not realistic to have a house with as many stairs as I have. I mean, it's really ridiculous. So I have been taking time to kind of starting to get the house ready and everything to go on the market within the next once I make the decision on the house or whatever, which will be in a couple weeks, week or two, then I will be putting the house on the market shortly thereafter. So that's where I am. Those are my updates. I thank you for taking the time to listen to me just talk about nothing, basically. I hope that if you are in a similar situation, that maybe, something that I share may be helpful to you. Keep your head up and just enjoy the time and the place that you are in, at whatever stage of life that you're in. Just enjoy that moment, because that's all that's promised to you is that moment. So don't spend it worrying about, the future and what's going to happen and how's this going to work out. It's going to work out and it's going to happen regardless. So save yourself the worry. And I'm talking to myself right now too, and just enjoy the moment. Take time to enjoy the moment. And so those are my closing thoughts. I thank you so much for watching, and we will talk to you very, very soon with more updates.